Good evening, sim race fans. It is that time of the week. It's Wednesday night. It's FSB Racing Live. It's Chicagoland Speedway here in the Craftsman Truck I Series here at FSB Racing Live. And I am your host, Jimmy Ray, here bringing you the coverage. And I'm going to be joined by my partner in crime, Mr. Milt Minner Jr. How you doing tonight, Milt? Welcome to Chicago.
Thanks, man. Enjoying it here. It's kind of windy. I guess that's why they call it the Windy City. I don't know. Actually, I haven't looked to see if it's actually windy. We'll have to check that out. But yeah, we got your Chicago cookie cutter variety here. So we're gonna have some fun on a Wednesday night. Let's go trucking.
Absolutely. And behind the scenes now, we'll hear from him later. Sam Young, the league owner promoter here at FSBRacing.com, and your series admin, Kevin Mays. I'd like to give a shout out to Kevin, thank him right off the bat. He's a series admin, keeping this in line, setting up the schedule, reviewing races, and all that kind of stuff. And he's also going to be out in the track today, so we're going to be rooting for Kevin there a little bit. As we are qualifying is done, we'll go over the starting grid here in just a moment. We'll talk about Chicagoland here. This is a 1.5-mile oval that NASCAR is returning to. Any quick thoughts on Chicagoland, Milt? We haven't raced here in a couple years. What do you remember about Chicagoland?
Yeah, it's just you're always turning left, and it's a cookie cutter. So the corners are different. Between one and two and three and four. So, and when you're looking at this track, it looks exactly the same, but the elevations are different. And
Yeah, you got the front straight banking there. Uh,
absolutely.
we've seen a lot
And
of good races. The apron is in play there, big apron there for passing and racing back to the line, things like that. As we are a few minutes away from going green, about 7 minutes here. Also, like to thank Mud Dog Motorsports, your series sponsor. This is a trophy series, so let's go ahead and run down that Mud Dog Motorsports starting lineup. Let's go ahead and get the grid here on screen. We're looking at, oh boy, the kid. He was the kid when he started. The number 15 truck, Matthew Willie Watkins, is going to be on the pole tonight. Outside of him is going to be the number 29 of Jeff Hale. Row 2, Shane Wisman on the inside in the 34 truck, and Sean Reap in the 62 truck on the outside of row 2.
yeah, Watkins likes this track. And so in fifth, we got Dave Ellens, the veteran. He runs well here. And the ultimate veteran, Pops Margerson, in that 99 truck starting sixth. Seventh in the 18 truck is Craig Stukas, and the guy we saw the other day over there at in our other broadcast, the 00 of Jared Mogard, eighth.
Good. P9, the double eight, the 88 car of Jason Seams, one of the many Seams you'll see out here in FSB Racing, is going to be starting ninth. Starting 10th, the winner of last week's pinned event, Justin the Bird. Bird is the word, is going to be starting P10. Keep an eye on him. He's going to have a lot of fans in the chat. Jameson Pearson of Donkey Bop is going to be starting 11th. And his partner in crime there, the '09, they're always together. Andrew Elliott starting 12th.
13th place, another one of the Seams, Earl Seams in the A truck. And the in car reporter on his Twitch channel, Adam Roberts, who also broadcasts on Monday nights, in the 37 14th. And in 15th place there, it looks like we got Mike Sokup. Not sure. I guess he took a provisional along with Guy Pitra, Kevin Mays, and rounding out the field, T.G. Reese.
Very good, and we would be remiss not to talk about your points leader going into race number 2, folks. It's going to be Guy Petra in the 151 after a big win at Talladega. If you get a chance, go back on FSB Racing Live YouTube and watch that finish. It was a race for the ages last week. We'll see if we can duplicate anything like that tonight, as we had one of the closest finishes in FSB iTruck racing history with Guy Petra, your points leader, heading into race number 2. What's bigger, a guy's win or the Bears last weekend? I don't know. The entire city of Chicago just lost their mind. It was probably pretty close.
Well, I know all of us, all his friends, we were fired up, and our Doggy Bob teammates definitely. A lot of congratulations and beers tipped for dude after that win in the 151 Ford pickup with his guy. I uh, with his guy Pitra there. Yep.
Yeah, Justin Bird second, Dave Ellens third, Craig Stuka fourth, and Dale Root round out the top five in points. Again, it's early. This is a 13 race season. You can go to fsbracing.com or iRacing and find the FSB Racing League. You can sign up today and race tomorrow. It's that easy at FSB. It is a group, it's a brotherhood, and it's sportsmanship based racing, guys. It's not hopping in a lobby and getting yelled at and having fights and a bunch of intentional wrecking. That will not happen here. And if it does, it happens once. So FSB is all about sportsman racing, and we really appreciate that. And you're going to see the benefits tonight here on YouTube. Again, I'd like to thank Sam for inviting Milt and I to come on in and broadcast this season. Join us each Wednesday night here at 6:30 p.m. Pacific, 9:30 Eastern. And we've got 2 minutes and 50 seconds to go until we're going to grid. Milt, how about let's make some picks? You first, sir.
Well, it would be an easy to pick Matt Watkins, but I like easy, and if I get the first pick, I'm going with the 15 truck, Matt Watkins. Sorry.
No, that's it. And we usually see him start in the back and manipulate the field and work his way to the front. Let's see what he does out front with Jeff Hale on his bumper. That's going to be pretty exciting. Let's see if I had to make a pick here. I'm going to go.
Absolutely. Jeff Hale has really stepped it up here lately and getting back to that form that he had back in the day in NASCAR 2003 at FSB.
Exactly. And then we've got cheers for the Stukas there, Brotherhood of the Stukas in the chat. Please join us in the live chat. Talk about your favorite driver. We'll try and make sure we show them, talk a little about them. But bird's the word, as they usually have the loudest cheering section. And let's go. I'm going to make a pick. I'm going to go with a perennial favorite too, Mr. Justin Bird. I'm going to go with that as well. I got $5 on him, even money. And how about Sam over there in the booth? Sam, you got a pick for us, buddy? Craig Stukas for Sam there. That's the 18 truck. Keep an eye on Craig. Always a front runner here. Always see him in the top 10, top 5 at all the broadcasts we've done so far. And a lot of these names, Milt, I mean, these are perennial, solid oval racers here. You look at the strength of field coming in, somewhere around 22, 2300. We have guys in the 4 or 5,000 there. A lot of guys league race a lot. That's not going to affect your I rating, but that just shows what they're doing out on the public servers, getting it done. And coming in here, and this is as hard as talented as field as I've seen at FSB in a long time.
Yeah, consistently getting somewhere around close to 20 trucks or cars, depending in these different series. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday Pro Cup. So FSB's banging, man. Come get some.
Yep, Sam and the admins and the drivers all doing a great job. We are 2003 it began with NASCAR racing, 2003 season, moved over to iRacing and been kicking ass ever since. How about this week in FSB real quick? We ran Xfinity I Series, ran at Texas, Justin Bird taking the win there. And it's Steven Rex taking the win. That looks like Sunday night. Steven Rex, not familiar with him, over at Bristol in the Sunday night late model series. So two different winners so far this week. Let's see if we're going to get a third tonight, or is Justin going to go back to back?
That's our brother. That's our brother from riding dirty, buddy. There, man, with the pin series here. That was our buddy organizing all that,
That's
Steven.
right.
So he likes them short tracks.
The Rex 3 threw me off. Of course, we know Steven. That was awesome last Thursday night. That footage is out there too. The pinned racing series. You can see that on FSB Racing Live as well from last week. We had a great show there. That was a lot of fun. Thanks to those guys. Let's grid them, baby. Let's go. It's Chicagoland time. We're going sim racing. It's FSB. Fired up. They're going to grid them on the track. Not used to that, but all right. I believe we have Jerry Foucault driving the pace truck tonight. I think he's going to be riding on the side. He's had some little back injuries, but he wants to get on the track. We haven't seen him out there for a while, so get well soon, Jerry. The 78. Haven't seen you out there for a while, but miss you, buddy. Hang in there.
Absolutely. So we got 80 laps here. And these cookie cutters, 34 to 36 laps is probably your fuel window and tires. So, that's put you in odd positioning if it goes green, which, these races are very possible for a lot of green flag racing.
Yeah, I believe we're running fixed weather. We talked about the wind earlier. Let's take a quick look at the weather. Where are you? 68 degrees, calm. We got 6 miles an hour wind out of the east. No chance of rain, which iRacing does have now, folks, which is a whole different can of worms. Pace truck is away. Let's get it going. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. Please check in on the YouTube chat. Feel free to talk about. We got another vote for the 22 there. Lots of fans watching. Really appreciate it. We know the drivers can come back and watch this after the fact. So it's really cool to do these broadcasts. Thanks, Sam. Let's go racing, Milt. Half a lap to go.
Yeah, that's 22. That's Pearson. So, like you said, Watkins usually, a lot of times he likes to ride in the back and see how things go. Today he decided to ride up front, and he's got his old buddy there, Jeff Hale, to the side. So, I see. Let's see if Matt pushes hard to begin. I think these guys still got to be careful a little bit with warming up their tires. These trucks are going to be a little skittish at first, I believe.
Yeah, we'll see how draft dependent they are. Remember last week we talked about all the changes they made in the offseason. So now we're not on a super speedway. Let's see what Aero does to these trucks. Here you go, Milt.
Green flag, green flag.
Green, green, green. Let's go.
The FSB Racing
Long way
Blitz
to
taking
go.
a look down. 80 laps to go here at Chicagoland.
Pit road is also very interesting. If somebody was on pit road and leaving pit road there, I'm not sure what that was about, but some kind of connection issue maybe.
Somebody missed the grid, started a little bit late.
Just a little bit outside, ball 4.
Keep track of that. That's going to be the 09. Andrew Elliott missed the grid, so he had to start a little bit late. Oh, we got a loose truck.
Contact with Mogard and
All right, man.
and the
Caution is
29
out.
and the caution is out.
Oh, the 8 truck gets sideways. NASCAR trigger happy with that yellow. He kept it rolling, but we're going to get a caution from that. That's going to help out Andrew Elliott big way.
Yeah, that seems and missed that other truck. Yeah, and around he gets sideways. Slideways, that's a drinking word. Oh no, that's slide job.
Do we have the tickers in?
I don't need nothing to
Yes.
Whoa! Oh, and then he came back on the track there. Wow. That'll make your sticker pecker.
All right, caution number 1 here. We're going to have any takers just for a quick little splash? I doubt it. Way too early into this, but Andrew Elliott really like that though. He's going to get back with the pack, and that's going to help him start off in a much better spot.
The best, that's exactly what he needed. Because he's running with the pack. Coors. Oh, yeah, Coors Light. He's rocking the Coors colors. That's some dang good beer. My dad used to, Smokey and the Bandit. Yeah, obviously, they're taking Coors down to Florida or whatever. But my dad did that for real, like, when he was racing. He'd fill up the motorhome with Coors beer and illegally take it back east and give it away. And he just thought he was, Smokey and the Bandit there. So
Did he have old Fred, a Basset Hound, and a Trans Am?
old Fred in there, yeah. Oh.
Fred's my favorite character
Fred.
in all those movies. Love Fred.
The first thing I'm gonna do when I get home is slap your mama in the mouth.
Greatest line.
Anyway, we're getting a little crazy there as we got a little downtime here. So we got truck spinning. Gonna top off if you're in the rear with the gear. Actually, quite a few takers.
Yeah, points leader Guy Preacher comes in for a splash there in the 151 Ford. Kevin Mays as well. So the guys in the back figure why not? I think we've seen this pretty common here in these oval races. Nothing to lose.
VMAX in his truck, in all his vehicles, or he wouldn't be standing here telling you that. If you're wondering, that's an old commercial from Carol Shelby. I always love because he's standing there like, I put Z-Max in every one of my cars. You better do. Ooh, the Milk Duds truck coming out. Milk Duds. Oh.
How about send P2 the 34 Shane Wisman? Keep looking at Shane, some of the driver info stuff out of Grand Island, New England. Joined FSB in 2020. And just like all the rest of us, enjoys all forms of NASCAR, Formula One, supercars, all that stuff. Anything that keeps me distracted. So it's nice. Sam set up a little thing where guys can put in a little driver bio, learn a little bit about each other. It's nice. I've been reading up on those. So if you guys are in the league and you're in FSB's Discord, go and add your stuff there, please, and we'll get a look at it and get to know you guys a little bit better. Thank you. It's in the FSB Discord driver info section.
Absolutely. Well, we know Matt Watkins likes to chew bubble gum and turn left. So, and he can do it both at the same time. Reap up there in the 62 truck, trying to get to going a little bit as he had gotten past the 29 of Hale.
Yeah, well, just in almost one lap of racing, we had Jeff Hale lost a few spots, maybe 3. Justin Bird, Jamison Pearson, each moved up 4. So here we go. They're going to get all lined up. The light is out on the pace trip.
R.I.P. Bob Weir. Actually, my dad was buddies with him, trucking down to New Orleans, trucking. So R.I.P. Bob Weir from the Grateful Dead as we go back to green here. Yeah, my dad actually went to one of his concerts once.
Great start for Watkins. Look at the gap he put on Reap.
Yeah, man. I mean, the Busters are off the hot dog with the rest of them guys. What y'all doing there? Watching a movie? They couldn't have been like listening to me while they were also. Actually, we see that we got trucks tight back there with Jamison Pearson. He gets through, but that gaggle behind they sorted out.
Quite a few trucks going to the high side, a couple in the middle, a couple on the bottom. They're all over trying to sort this out, trying to find some grip here on a cold track with cold tires. 80-lap race, as you can see, you can use that apron there. Some are using it, some aren't.
Mow. Here he comes. The bird's the word. Boom. And he's using that outside line here. Let's see how that works. You see Matt Watkins using that too. So they're trying the outside, seeing what kind of momentum they get in tire wear. Now Watkins goes back to the bottom. So they may be, using 2 different lines. That was 3 and 4. Let's see what they do again here in 1 and 2. Now he's got a run coming up on him from behind. So from Wisman, will he defend or try to? He takes that nice arcing line there that Matt Watkins does so well. Much like Slim Jim Gately used to do. Just wait to that very last second to take that dive in. Give you the best apex in and on exit.
So much wider line there in 3 and 4 as he's searching. As we're riding on board with your leader, Matt Watkins there. Clear track ahead of him. The crowd standing. Packed house. Not an empty seat here in Chicagoland. Lights are on. It's getting darker here as we're going to finish under the lights. Matt Watkins, still your leader. We are just a few laps in, almost to lap 10 here of 80 in the FSB iTruck Series.
Matt from South Carolina. Just a stone's throw away from Darlington. So has driven by there going to work in the past. Wisman taking a look as the 13 truck is powering on that outside, but got to see if they're getting a little draft help here. Draft is definitely going to be help here or hurt. So now you got a bunch of guys on the outside, and they're kind of giving it to Wisman on the inside.
Yeah, let's see how many of them can get by before somebody ducks down. There goes Sean Reap jumping down to the bottom, though. That's going to go 2 by 2 as Reap comes up right to the door of the 000. Nice dodge there.
Fear the Reaper. He hates that. as soon as he hears this on the broadcast, I'm gonna get a text.
Nice.
You used it again, but I got him, man. I mean, it's just don't fear the reaper, man. Three wide, and they sorted it out here. Definitely, you see the the momentum really going when these guys get into a draft and they get a run and then they stall out. Watkins using both lines, going front and back. See how he's using that, just like you see on TV. iRacing physics is so much more advanced than any other sim racing in the past that we did. Uh, that you can really use these things that like Dale Senior seen. He could see the air.
Yeah,
He
some
can
of these
see
guys
the
like
air here.
Watkins can hell, they can see virtual air. So which is even a step further. As Watkins stays to the high side, Bird up to second now. The Bird Watkins shootout is what the fans have been wanting to see, along with everybody else, of course. But these two front runners, guys that win a lot of races. I think they won the most races in the series last year. Bird, your defending champ. Watkins missed a couple races. I think they both missed a couple races, and that usually decides it, as you
That's
remember back in
close.
the day.
Mogard side drafted a little bit, but he gets and then he gets a bump because he kind of pulls in front of Wisman. But which Wisman was very nice there, just to give him a little love tap. Didn't want to knock him out, just give him a little left jab there. Just yeah, I'm behind you. Plus that a nice little kiss like that also gives you momentum. So you see these guys, nice little racing going on back and forth as this group of 7 trucks there are battling, and here comes Pearson.
Yep, top 7
These
trucks
guys,
are 2.5 seconds ahead of this pack. We're riding on board the FSB nose cam as somebody's losing a couple spots.
yeah, Wisman got up there in the clag, as David Holmes used to say. Here comes Mogard powering to second place. Is he going to
Yeah, he
stall
sat
out
back for a
again?
couple laps. Here he goes.
He's trying to slide up. He can't get enough momentum there. That he binds too much coming out. So the Bird has that outside line momentum and defeats him to that spot. Way down on the apron, Reap takes a look. Sean Reap, originally from New Jersey.
Yeah, he's sitting 5th now, top 5, as we are 16 laps in here, folks. 15 done. We're on lap 16. 7-car breakaway. About 2 seconds back to the next pack of 2 cars, and then another 2 seconds back to Andrew Elliott, back up to 10th now, starting on pit road. Stars and stripes
This is
there.
what we've seen, little bit snippets of Pearson, Jamison Pearson last year, and then the beginning of the year, not so much, but this seems to fit his style, and he's working that outside line and going places.
Watkins still firmly holding the lead. Side by side behind him. Not quite sure of the fuel window. We'll keep an eye out on the chat and see. Everybody has to call it out when they're pitting, and so we'll know on the chat and let you guys know when cars are about to pit.
These guys are still, 8th and 9th, with Adam Roberts back there in the cool Gulf colors. Of course, we love that because you and I are definitely big fans of the movie Le Mans, and Steve McQueen, my dad's buddy back in the day, and that paint just symbolizes going fast to us, definitely.
Yeah, you can't miss that light blue and that orange. That paint on any truck, car, motorcycle, toy, RC car. Yeah, it just shows speed and history. He's up 5 spots from 14th and 9th, the 37 truck of Adam Roberts there.
Nice little battle here with Elliott and Craig Stukas. We know what Stukas does. His style is moving up over time and being there at the end. But I don't know if he wants to be this far back and we'll have to see, what kind of draft these guys can get. When we're looking at some lap times here for Stukas.
31.9 last time.
Okay, yeah. As you can tell, Jim is a lot faster with his cursor than I
just
am.
happen to have it up. 31.7, 31.9, 31.6, 31.7. So about in the mid to high 37 range, 31 range.
Yeah, and then we'll take a look at what's going on with the boss there up front there, Matt Watkins. See what kind of lap times he's running. He's been in the 30s, but he's right around the same lap time speed. So,
yep.
I think that the fact that Stukas has got a draft going there, he definitely wants to keep that going. As Mogard's taking a look down low on Matt Watkins, all over the back of him now.
Yeah, he looks like he's about ready to lead a lap here. He's waited on his tires. Maybe he's going to give a little test and see what he's got here. Let's see if he makes a move there. Jared Mogard. 10-4.
Oh, we're looking at the rear clip there of Mogard passed by a wheelchair. So that's interesting.
About that.
Yeah, so he's much like other drivers we've had, and like actually Jim Ray does now, driving with hand controls because he has feet issues. Dude can really roll with those hand controls, and you know a lot about that, Jim.
Yeah, it's quite difficult, and anyone who does it, I have immense respect for. I've the last couple of years been trying to figure it out, and it is so much more difficult than racing with your feet. He took a look at the lead there, got back into second place, going to save some tires a little bit. We're on lap 24. We can't be getting that far away.
Yeah, I'm expecting somewhere around 32 to 36. So to start, not quite there yet, but obviously they're going to try to most likely go as far as they can. I don't think they're really bleeding time with tire wear right now. These trucks do pretty good on the tires. But maybe these last 10 laps that you might see a little bit of degradation is now we see Watkins into the 32s now, which is definitely a second off of lap times he has run before at least. So yes, tires are an issue here. Do you think it's going to go green? Then you got 80 laps. You can do the math. Somewhere around 27 is what you need. So at lap 26 now for Watkins.
John Reap's coming in. Pops is coming in, guys. Action on pit road. He called it. Yep. They're cutting it in thirds. Let's go. Lap 27. Sean Reap is in. Pops is coming in as well.
That was usually our strategy, Jim, all the time. And we picked that up from other teams as Pops just barely gets inside the cone there. But perfect execution for the 76-year-old, I believe. I'm terrible with numbers, and so maybe, but I think he's right around 76.
Yep, 76.
Still
TG
rocking it.
A little bit older. Yep, 33 of TG, just a little bit older. As many trucks are going to stay out and stretch this as their first two again came in, Reap and Margerson. They're going to hope it goes green. Yeah, the strategy, if it's a pretty clean race and it goes green, then you're in good shape. But the risk to reward, if that caution comes out when somebody loses it, getting on and off pit road, we'll send you back. But we have lucky dogs now. Back in our day, we didn't have the lucky dogs and wave around. So,
yes,
hey,
sir.
you can gamble a little bit, right? 29 pitting. Jeff Hale went back to 11th as he pitted. I don't know if that's as he went across the line on pit road, but he fell back from the beginning there after a great qualifying lap.
Yeah, he's down pit road.
Starbucks
Jeff Hale down
pulling
pit
in
road.
for a refill.
Something up there, and side by side for the lead while we're talking about that.
Whoa, Bird got oh yeah.
Get it done, and now Bird goes down low trying to work it.
Look Look at Watkins. Look
So
out my left rear, my right rear. He's surrounded. The
wow,
vultures are circling.
Bogart gets sideways and then cuts across in front of the 13. No, that's real trusting right there. Because there had to be like a freaking credit card in between them two. They got to be thinking about boxing here, stopping for Pitts. Mogard down low. He's going to edge ahead. Do you want to pit
Jared
now
Mogard.
and put Watkins? No, you can't. He put Watkins, pushes him right up close to the wall, but
Watkins
race him
still
clean.
leads the lap.
All right, man. Caution is out.
Caution is out as those three guys
That's
pitted.
what they
Where
were
is
looking
the
for.
caution on lap 31? What happened? Stay on the
Okay.
track.
Well, these guys have stayed out. That's why they did, because they didn't want to, they wanted to make sure and, they get a huge advantage here.
It might have been one. Oh, Jeff Hale looks like he got, boy, itchy trigger finger on the caution flag here, folks. He got sideways on the apron, if this is what we're talking about. Jeff Hale, the 29. Put it on the grass for a sec. Yeah, he got a little loose, but never really stopped. But NASCAR called the caution on that. Going to reset the field here, and everybody's going to get a chance to pit, except for those three.
I mean, we've had races where they hardly even call that, I mean, come on, really? Jeff, the veteran, he spins the tires a little bit, but doesn't panic and keeps it off the racing surface and gets it going. What NASCAR? Well, that's a break for Jeff because he loses less time by that. So now we got trucks down pit road. The leader, Matt Watkins. Yeah, and who'll be a lucky dog here?
Reap is showing the first one a lap down, but we'll have to see if for the lucky dog
Bark
here.
like a
Reap
dog for
and
me.
Stukas, Pops, and Hale are showing a lap down now. Lucky dog granted, and around comes Sean Reap. So there you go. No, that's Stukas. So few trucks. Oh, all four trucks are going to wave around. Is that correct? Nice. So Jeff Hale's still sitting back there. I don't think he did though, because he is the yellow. Okay.
Not so fast, boy. Got
No,
close.
Stukas is told to Stukas has to wait as well. So Stukas couldn't get the wave around.
That was dude was rolling pretty fast there. Hope he didn't speed in pit road. Watkins had very little distance there, so he still wins the drag race out. Matt Watkins is a 15. Bazooka Bubblegum Toyota is still in the lead.
And the way FSB rules work, that even though it was he barely got loose, but the caution came out, that'll be one for Jeff Hale. So for the rest of the race, FSB has a 2-incident rule and you park it. So for the rest of the race, you got to kind of take it a little easy. You can't throw your nose in there like you would towards the end of the race, because if you do get into someone, even if you're partially at fault, you may have to park it. It's always something in the back of your mind once you get that first one, even if it's not 100% what you would consider it. Caution. Guy Petra just getting out ahead of the pace truck, leaving pit road. Let's see if all these guys can keep their laps now.
Yeah, those trucks get the wave around. Yeah, and when you thought of that, and you were the owner, operator, original creator of this, and then you had to rewrite the rules 100 times every time somebody would mess up or cause a problem or whatever. And but I think by having that rule, it really taught us how to race, because that's really how you're supposed to race. You're not supposed to just wreck people, and if your vehicle is if your truck is too bent up and you're a nuisance, then you don't really have fun when you're out there anyway driving like that, and you do get in the way. So just good rules package of sportsmanship based racing.
Yep, do all we can to ensure clean racing, but while still being able to race. As the lights are out on the pace truck, we're going to go green. Matt Watkins is still going to be your leader, Milt. They're coming at you. Watkins and Mogard.
Here we go. Now, this is right on schedule for where laps go. So we're probably looking at about a 66 clip, which would get you to 99. So, you only need 80. So how are these guys going to do that? They're going to break it down again and pit earlier?
We got about
I'm
40.
expecting green
Keep an eye on
flags.
it. We got about 47 to go here. It'll say on the ticker. Somebody brushed the wall there. We saw a little smoke going down the back straight. Watkins still your leader. Going to be Mogard, Pearson, Bird, Seams, Wissman last time by. Let's see what happens this time by. They spread out across the apron. Some guys are still running up in the middle of the track.
These guys just are not getting the, you know, oh boy, that's really close there. Down close with Pearson on the outside. No harm, no foul, no blood. But Watkins just is, these guys, he's whipping you on the restarts, boys.
Well, he gets to control it. He knows when the restart's coming, so he's taking full advantage of that. We'll see if they
He's
can get a
very
little
good
better
at
if we
that.
have
He
another
does
one
not
later.
choke. He does not panic. He does not. He executes. So yeah, I think when it gets down later, I think these guys, because right now it's just we're not trying to get stupid here. We want to be around. We'll start taking chances at the end.
Thank you. That's right. Geico start zone is in effect as we got a race for the lead down the front straight now. It's going to be. Where's our ticker?
Well, that's got to be scary, man. The 13 way down there with that off camber on that inside there. That's got to be scary, because these trucks are designed to turn basically on to the left on their own. Everything is set up, staggered for that. That's a little scraping against the wall there for Justin Bird. He's no, he's put a little bit of concrete.
Oh, they banged doors for the lead. The 0 and the 15 as Watkins to the bottom.
Watkins putting a little lid on him. Just a little left tap, and now they're side by side, still side by side. Coming out of turn 4.
We're going to have about 43 to go, so
turn
keep
2,
an.
sorry.
Oh, no, the 13.
Bird is out.
Oh, let it finish.
Oh my gosh, that's
he
a hard
picked
look
it off the
right
ground.
there.
Let's see how much he kept it off the. Oh, no. Oh,
That's
tough break
hard
for the
lift.
13. Justin
Wow.
Bird couldn't really tell
Who
as
was it that almost
little
missed
accordion
it,
effect.
or did miss it?
Have to try a different angle there. Can't really tell. Getting a quick look. Caution out again here at Chicagoland.
I think Watkins just kind of went across the front of him, and I don't know if Bird panicked or got out of it or hit the brakes, or if it just, I think it took the air off his nose, or maybe there was contact. You would think Watkins would have been moved right there. Watkins just kind of came across, and all of a sudden the 13 went left. Very bizarre.
Yeah, multiple trucks involved. Let's take a look on pit road. Maybe we can see who's in. Somebody's going to be getting some damage fixed, but we saw about 4 or 5 trucks on that one taking a little bit of damage. As our first big one here at Chicagoland happens on lap 38, a few laps after a restart. Top 5 were getting racy. We're coming up on the halfway point. Lots
I'm
of
going to
trucks
take a
coming
look
down
at
pit
it
road.
again in slow-mo.
Yeah, far chase or chase cam should show you.
And let's see. Gonna go far chase. That should give us the look right there. And yeah, there's actually contact with the 22, gets into the side of the 13 there. So Pearson gets in the side of the 13, and it's not the air of Watkins at all. It was the contact of the 22 there.
10 Ford, thanks for looking. Justin Bird out on this one. Tough break, buddy. You definitely get him next time. You did what you needed to do. Just didn't quite work out as he's going to go ahead and exit. And open the door for somebody else there. Now that'll be a 1 ding on the 22. I just have to keep an eye on the rest of the race there. Obviously, no one's trying to do that as stuff happens. Halfway point here. We're going to get another restart with about 38 to go. They can still split that in half if they want, so there still could be some strategy if we go green again.
Starting to look like Mr. I Can Save Gas could do. We've seen on these cookie cutters in the past, dudes running that far, but the way they're pitting now, I don't think they have enough gas at that point to do that.
Yep. Pop's got the waiver on, I think, on that lap, so he is now back on the lead lap. That's 16 trucks on the lead lap, I think. Andrew Elliott now showing a lap down. He was getting a bunch of damage fixed, I think. You're looking at coverage of FSB Racing Live, and this is the FSBRacing.com series, the Craftsman Truck I Series at iRacing, here on Wednesday nights at 9:30 p.m. Eastern. Register today, race with them tomorrow here at FSBRacing.com and iRacing. It's all you need. PC, wheel, pedals, and a connection. And a can-do attitude, Milt, to learn,
What
because this
I
is
did
not
do is
easy.
our old buddy from a long time, uh, great member of FSB, Steve Weber, in the chat there. What's up, buddy, man? I mean, that lifelong buddy, and Sean Cheese in there also saying hi. Sorry about the Steelers, bro. That was a tough one. I know. But yeah, great to see you, Steve. Still kicking it. Wolf G52. Get a move on, Stukas. Don't embarrass me in front of the Bird Army. I like that. Gonna talk a little trash as we go back green again with lap at lap 42. 38 to go.
Yep, keep an eye on that. 38 to go. Jared Mogard took the lead a few laps before that restart, or that caution, and now Watkins back to third. Jamison Pearson still second with that 1 ink. Watkins back to fourth now, falling back a little bit, or he's already in saving mode. Milt, watch Watkins go to the back.
Yeah, it might be getting a little too intense for him too, because I mean, you know, when you talk about a dude that analyzes stuff, or maybe he might have had a moment too there, but
Yeah.
chew some bubble gum and take some names. Let's go. So we'll see if he continues that strategy. I don't think you want to go back too far, but
No. And we have side-by-side little race there with Sean Reap. Looking to gain a spot here. He's on the bottom. Looks like he's going to make that pass. Yep. Sean Reap up to about 8th. 7th, 8th. TG Reese from 18th to 9th. How about that? TG in the 33. Keep an eye on him. That red, and white, and blue truck. At least on my screen there he is on the outside.
another veteran and a guy all the way back from the early NASCAR 3 and NASCAR 2003 days, as Jared Mogard is now your leader. He muscled his way up there over time with that distinctive paint, which he runs that same paint everywhere there. Very, you know who that is.
Got his own victory lane right on the roof there with the checkered flag. I like that. Just hop right up there. Pictures are ready to go. It's like a driving podium. 22 going real wide. Interesting line that he's running up there. Jameson's keeping a nice pace. I don't think he took any damage on that. The real Ice T 22 Chevrolet.
Yeah, it sucks,
Roma
man.
Joe.
Sean Chief still in mourning for Pittsburgh, but that's the way it goes. Football is finite. Me and Jim are Rams fans, so we're gonna have some anxiety attacks when Sunday comes.
Yes, sir. We're going to stay in Chicago after the race and stay for the game, I think, virtually.
There you go. Duh, Pierce. Whoa, Pearson is driving awful aggressive here. He's got to be mindful of, I don't want to make contact and spin nobody, because that could, result in me getting parked for a week. So, as now that Jason Seeds behind him, starting to take a look. Everything is kind of mixed up here, but now Watkins is starting to work that bottom again. Is he just showing off or what? Let's see as they get really close in that pinch point going through the tri-oval.
Seems has been making a nice progression since the start. Here he is up to third, going around Watkins on the outside there, or staying around Watkins on the outside. But great run for Jason Seams, one of the many Seams here at FSB.
Contact with looks like Wisman, and looks like The 62 of Sean Reap got dang near lost it. It came up in front of the dude, and there
Oh
was
yeah.
almost a wreck there. And now there's problems with the 62 as he's down low. Yeah, he got sideways, and then he got sideways again. Nice catch, dude.
Yes, saved us a yellow. Great job.
170 miles an hour, folks.
Yeah, it looks easy on screen, like these guys are just driving around an oval, but they are on edge, trying to get everything they can out of this car and tires and not destroy it most corners. Great job, Sean.
Obviously, he's trying to cool his tires down and check his hosing, you know.
Lap 50. We got 30 to go. Getting in that window.
Tick, 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 tick. Breaking that 38 and a half would be 19. So which would get you at 61 laps. So that's still a ways away.
Yeah, I think you may see some two tires at the end or something like that, but I think if you're going to try and cut this in half, you could get in trouble.
I think
See, I don't know if
so.
that's going to help you out any or not. We'll see.
No, not with lap times, or I think you gotta wait and hope somebody else makes a mistake when they pit or whatever. Just as you know, here we are with the same 6 truck pack without the unfortunate retirement of the 13. It's still that kind of that same group, just mixed up in a different order. Just showing you the pace that they have. Full show.
Field's pretty spread out. We've got the top 6 trucks have pulled away now. TG Reese leading that second group with Stukas, Seams, Petra, your points leader. Got to say that today. Mays, they're all running together. Along with Sean Reeves still with them. But then Jeff Hale and Pops kind of been off most of the evening. They're with that early caution as they pitted early. They're sitting about 13th and 14th, about 8 seconds off the lead.
I guess I should be remiss there because one truck that did come onto the scene that we hadn't talked much about was the 115 of Dave Ellens. Class act, always loved talking to dude, upbeat, and dude can roll. And here he is, just kind of. You're in that draft right now. You're thinking, I got a shot at a great finish here now. So I don't want to screw it up. So, but you got a nice vantage point to sit there and draft and watch what these guys are going to do, pit stop and everything. You just got to be prepared for that and then execute. And usually that means don't over execute. Now, we talked to Matt Watkins before, and Matt Watkins would say, well, I'm driving it in like I stole it every time. That's even if I got a commanding lead. And that's, but, he's got a lot of talent. Like me, I'd be a little bit more, I just want to make a good, clean stop.
Yeah, I like Dave Allen's spot here. You're with the lead group. You're sitting about 5th, watching them in front of you eat up some tires and race for it. He's in the DNA Birding Adventures Hike Bird Explorer. So it looks like Dave Ellens, an outdoor guy, into the birds and stuff like that sponsor. The 88 truck, did he get loose? He's pitting. They are cutting it in half. Here we go. 88 truck on pit road.
And they box here in the Axalta truck Chevrolet is out the road. And the caution is out. This is not, he should drive through here. I think he needs to drive through. If you stop here, I'm not sure if he's going to be able to get back out before the pace truck. Let's see. Right? I mean, don't you want to keep on going now? Or
I don't know if that's going to cause him a lap down or not. He can see the interval in his car.
We can't. Dog either way, so you might as well go for it.
Any idea what the caution was for? I've been scanning the track. I can't find it. Nobody retired recently. Sam, you see anything? Must be debris, maybe. Boy, they didn't like my comment about the itchy trigger finger. They said, how about no trigger finger? How about we just pull it?
Somebody
So
throw a water bottle or a beer can out there. I
something,
promise.
hot dog
I
wrapper. Jeez.
recycle. I recycle. I don't throw beer cans on the track. Unless I'm racing maybe. So here we are, and
Let's see
well,
who
obviously
pits.
now you got to stop, and then because you can make it to the end, and there's no advantage to staying out
Right.
because you're gonna have to stop again. You got to stop, so you got to do it now, and you can make it. Fill it up, pack that fuel, get your tires here. Now, do you want to get 2 tires and get track position here? What's Matt Watkins gonna do? I'm gonna focus on Matt Watkins. Is he gonna go for 4 tires? Did he last time? And the other guys did too. Maybe we missed that. Let's see. Try to look at all these trucks here.
Okay. Jared. Mogard right side
Matt
up.
Watkins into the P1 stall. Right sides.
Mogard's taking 4.
Down.
Pearson taking 4.
Wisman taking 4.
He's taking
Reap
4.
taking 4. Looks like everybody's taking 4, not messing around. There's still a lot of laps left there. You want tars. Obviously, with the degradation of a second a lap overtime total, Reap still on pit road. They're beating that thing out. A little bit of damage there, apparently. Or he might, be getting the depends there.
Yeah, he might be having a break there with just a few laps to go here. 23 to go showing on the board.
Gary.
Mogard still your leader. Got the ticker there. Let's see where'd Watkins end up after that exchange. Third, Pearson still second. The 8 truck coming back down pit road.
Here comes Watkins
Got a little
now.
front left damage. Earl Seams coming in to get a little damage
88.
fixed.
Jason Seams, as the 8 goes down pit road. Jason Seams, okay. Now he's driving through. Tail end of the lead lap looks like. So he's gonna go around.
Yep, that's gonna put 13 cars on the lead lap in contention for this one. We'll probably go green with about 60 to go, so we're gonna have a 20 lap shootout. I'd like to thank everybody for watching, for joining us in the YouTube chat there. Feel free to leave comments. We'll try to keep this interactive.
Really cool. So I better, get another beer. Sponsored by Budweiser, the king of beers.
Very good. While Milt's away, let's look at our schedule. Upcoming events here. It's going to be on the 21st of January. We're going to Richmond next week on Wednesday night with these same trucks. Richmond is a great track for a broadcast. The lights, the speed, the short track, but it feels like a short track speedway. Then we're going Auto Club Speedway. We're going to go Kentucky, and then we're going to go to Bristol. How about that? And then we're going to have one road course. Kevin May says we do have one road course per season. That's going to be Watkins Glen. You're going to have stops in Nashville, Homestead, Echo Park, which is now Atlanta, Iowa, Dover, and Kansas. So a lot of cookie cutters, a lot of miles, a lot of interesting tracks here. Typical. We're going green. Mogard your leader, followed by Watkins. Here comes Pearson, and then there is the 34 of Shane Wisman on the outside. See if these 4 trucks can get away here. They're a really good start for these 4.
Pearson on the inside. Watkins taking that outside line. Wisman paired with Watkins. Jamison Pearson. Really quick today.
Yeah, he's been up in the mix since the start. He's got a fast truck, a little bit loose.
Oh,
like all these
Mogard
guys in the beginning.
working Matt Watkins. I don't know if he's going to like that. Really just got up in front of him. That was really close. I don't think Watkins got out of it, I think he stayed on the gas there.
Pearson and Wisman side by side.
3 wide.
Split Watkins. Let's see if they can pull that off. And in the camper seat there, Dave Ellens.
That momentum, yep.
Leader likes seeing that in his rear view.
So Watkins is going to try to side draft a little bit, get down low. And here comes Wisman down and crosses under and goes back. Gets that run. He decides to try to see if he can get a pull from Watkins. Watkins says no and goes down low. and takes P2.
Sam, can we go front bumper on Dave Ellens? Special request? This is
Special
what it's like
request.
on board front bumper cam. 100 and what are we at, 80 miles an hour here? Favorite views here. Look at the gravel, cracks in the road. These are laser scan. Uh-oh, in the wall, the 22 right in front of us. Looks like he's all right. Thanks, Sam.
No bueno. Now it's side by side. Yeah, just
scrubbed off a little speed,
awesome.
grazing the wall there. He's okay, and they're side by side, like you said. That's going to be your race for third, as Mogard and Watkins are still out front. 18 to go. Guy Petra has retired along with Earl Seams. I didn't see what happened to Guy, but your points leader, Guy Petra, is going to finish P15 today and will not lead the race as your points leader. Sorry, buddy. We'll get him next time.
That must have been the caution. He must have exited out before we could catch that. Yeah, bummer. Sorry, buddy. That's racing. Go from winner to the couch. Mogart out in front there with no draft help. Gotta wonder if he's just really driving the yin yang out of this thing, and that's gonna pay dividends or pay a price. But he has went out to about a 10 truck lead. Now I would say probably more like about a 5 or 6 truck lead, but still huge gap there.
Sorry, quick interruption. It was actually a huge caution we missed. It was lap 55. Reap and the 8, I think, got together sideways, and then Guy Petra just plowed into the park 62. Yeah, 3 trucks got together.
Yeah, so we missed that.
Oh yeah, 3-4 trucks piled up. So the 151, the 62, the 8, and somebody else were all involved in that one. That was on lap 56. Anyway, we can look at that post race. Sorry, Guy Petra, wrong place, wrong time. Couple trucks wrecked in front of him, and his day is done.
Nowhere to go. It's just drive through the smoke, Cole. Sometimes that don't work. In fact, it usually doesn't work. Dave Ellens down low, working it. Ellens, man, some vintage speed here for the 115. Impressive. And come on, Dave, get some.
Well, we got a battle for 10th with Kevin Mays, Jeff Hale, Andrew Elliott just behind them, but Hale and Mays, shout out to those guys battling out there.
Yeah, I mean, that's a great run for Kevin Mays. Yeah, and, they've caught up to this group, which, before it was just a 6-7 truck group. Every time the restarts would happen, the rest of them would, lose touch. But it's time for some business up in here.
Yeah, they're single fire for the moment. That's not going to last long, as we are coming up on 13 to go. Make that 12. Ticker's a little delayed. But Mogard with a 1.4 second lead, he checked out. He goes, I don't think I need to save much. I'm going to go ahead and check out. And Watkins, dealing with those guys getting clear, gave Mogard a huge lead. Let's see if they can run him down 1.5 seconds with just about a dozen laps to go, Milt.
Yeah, I mean, it's but they keep trying to work each other, and that slows the momentum down, and that's what Mogard wants to see. Watkins has got to be thinking, what happened, man? I had the pace here. I got 10 laps to get this back.
Wisman was so close right there to the back bumper, and also the wall here. He goes wide out of turn 2. All over the Aroma Joe's truck. This is a great race for third. Watkins is still about the same distance behind the leader. Dave Ellens up to 5th, TG Reese 6th. So Dave Ellens, like we said, he's looking at the bottom of Wisman now. Saying, I might have better tires than you. Let's go. It's 10 to go.
Report, Justin Bird did get out of the in-care field center, and he is okay. So that's good to know. Good thing it's not real, Jim.
It may look real, but it ain't, and it's a darn good thing. Otherwise, he'd be tore up. But he can go to sleep tonight in his big room full of trophies from his last month of racing. The guy's a stud, and next time he logs in, he's going to be a
That's a
threat to win for
stud
sure.
right there. It's
Yep.
like Paul Bear Bryant used to say, the Alabama players, that there's stud right there, Jim.
Yep. That's what they say in the garage. So the lead is still the same. Less than 10 to go. Let's check the gap. Was it 1.5? It's a 1.6 second lead for Watkins. Watkins now pulling away from these guys.
But just nobody could do what Mogard has just left the building. Jared Mogard. Off and running.
Also want to thank Adam Roberts. Earl Seams had to retire early from some damage earlier. Thanks for coming out, guys. We'll get him next week.
Yeah, a couple of those wrecks were, catastrophic. And like we said, sometimes it's just not, if you're just going to drive around damaged, it's no fun. So might as well retire.
Yeah. 13 survivors in this one. Still running. Yep. Oh, little graze of the wall by the 34 and Dave Ellens, but that's not slowing him down too much. But Dave giving it all it's got here with a handful of laps to go here at Chicagoland in the FSB Truck Series.
I'm giving it all she's got, Captain. She can't take much more. The flow sensors are overloading.
All races are out front. Let's see who else is battling for position. We've got, Mays got by Hale there. That's a great little race.
Heck yeah, Kevin has really put the work in and is getting better and better. A lot of guys, he's just been steady. He doesn't give up.
Yep. Yes, always moving towards the front over the length of the race for sure. That's always good for points. A 92 to the outside, Jeff Hale to the bottom. That is your race for 8th.
Everybody else just kind of in line right here as Jared Mogard is smoke him if you got him. He put those special tires on, Cole, for this last run and run off and left everybody. What an amazing, impressive deal to go with just a few laps left.
That is a real good set of match tires. And he is checked out. No joke. And Watkins, let's check the gap. But we're now at 1.2. But he's got to get at least 3-4 more tenths before he really can catch him with only, 4 to go?
It's 4 to go, coming up on 3 to go. And tick, tick, tick. He needs a bobble from Jared there. I don't think he's going to get it.
We got another race. So Hale and Mays keep trading spots. Mays drops back a little bit. Hale's going to get that spot, but just ahead of them, Wisman, Pearson, those guys are all racing for position still. How about TG Reese and the 88? Side by side. Yep.
Yeah, TG Reese and the 88 going at it. Tick, 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 tick. What can Watkins do here?
88 slams the door down in front of TG Reese there to hold the position.
Still too much gap there. There's a battle for the podium, though. Pearson's got all up. Wisman's all up in Pearson here, trying to get on TV. Mama, I want to get interviewed here. I want Jim Ray to interview me.
I think that's what they're all saying right now. Almost a little bump there. The 34, yes, can he keep it down without turning him?
Almost contact. Still side by side working it. Coming up on lap
80. This is it.
This is it. This is lap 80. This is it. They're beating and banging as Mogard gets the win there.
Keep it race for third. That's going to be down
second.
The line.
This is the race for third. They're still beating and banging side by side. Down the back.
Behind them too for fifth. Fifth is a bag battle too.
Going in turn 3.
Mogart's going to take your win. Watkins second, but 3 wide coming out of 4, racing for fifth. Get a look at that.
TG Reese, the veteran. Come on, TG. Woo! He gets the spot.
Reese, 18th to 5th.
Yeah, boy, this 78-year-old driver gets it done.
Jared Mogard, Matt Watkins, Jamison Pearson. A nice battle between the yellows and along the restarts to the finish as Jared Mogard checks out, takes another win here at FSBRacing.com in the Truck Series. Race number 2 goes to Jared Mogard, Milt. Outstanding performance by him.
Good job by Pearson there at the end. Yeah, he had one ink already, and could have been more aggressive there, but they raced clean there. Definitely didn't want to get his first one there, but yeah, what a dominating performance for Jared Mogard, putting a whooping on some really great drivers. Matt Watkins got to be scratching his head. Well, we'll have to pick his brain and see what because we didn't catch everything. We try, but I think we all showed up like 5 minutes before the race, so I think we did pretty good considering we were last minute and burn them down, son. I love that because that looks like a 0 on the side there, and I know he's not running that number, but that was always my number, my dad's favorite number. So the 0 on the side with the American flag there. Jared Mogard, your winner.
Absolutely well done. I think while Milt rounds up, or the guys will make their way up in here, let's go through the final standings. As you saw on the ticker, though, podium's going to be Mogard, Watkins, and Pearson, your top 3. Shane Wisman, T.G. Reese up to 5th, and Dave Ellens 6th. And just glancing at the results of the last 2 races, I got to say Watkins and Ellens are probably 1 and 2. Guy Preacher won earlier race last week, but didn't have good luck now. But I'm going to say, yeah, Watkins and Ellens are probably leading this thing when we leave. Jason Seams in the 88 is going to be 7th. Jeff Hale beat out Kevin Mays for 8th in that great battle, with Kevin Mays coming home 9th. And Andrew Elliott on an adventure from starting on pit road grabs 10th. Pops Margetson, early lap down, battled hard, got his lap back, takes 11th. Craig Stukas 12th. Sean Reap battled hard as well, kept that thing running to 13th, did not give up. Guys that couldn't make it to the finish here, we'll get them next week. Earl Seams, Guy Petra, Adam Roberts, Justin Bird, and Mike Sukup. I don't think Sukup made the start there, but thanks, guys, for coming out. We'll see you next week.
Yeah, I can't seem to find Matt Watkins. I don't know. He might have just went to the motorhome there. I'm not sure. We don't see. Or I'm tripping. All right, yeah. So 3rd place, the 22 truck at Jamison Pearson. What a great run, man. Aroma Joe's smelled pretty good today. Did have a little contact there early in the race, but and I'm sure you didn't want that to happen. But then, raced it clean and green and got you 3rd place. Tell us about your race.
Yeah, well, basically, Justin Bird just told me he wanted to speak to you guys, and I guess I just didn't like that, so had to send him to the infield care center. No, I'm messing with you. I was so fixated on the draft, I lost where he was, and I just went right across him.
Yeah, I mean, you guys run so awesome and so close and so realistic. And yeah, that's racing, man. It happens, but it's happened to you too. So it's good to see you get a podium, Jameson. So
yeah, it's been a while.
Good job, brother.
And especially with this new aero package, I haven't really got enough time in on it. And with these turns, this is an aero track. It's just you get so tight when you're behind a group of people, and then you get the side draft, and it was tough. It was tough to manage tonight.
Yeah, and me and excuse me, Jim, as announcers, being away from the track for a while, we're definitely wanting to pick you guys' brains. How this new package is with iRacing, and so we can call the races better and understand the dynamics. But yeah, we definitely seen that side drafting you were talking about, and definitely trucks stalling out in the middle there. But so yeah, that's an awesome run for you, Jim.
Yeah, Jameson, great job. Way to donkey bop and get that done.
Thank you.
Go ahead, Milt. You can do the interviews. I'll close it out.
Yeah. All right. So now we're going with P2 there, Matt, brother, man. Uh, what happened to get you back there and lose some track position on that pit stop? You get pretty much dominated the race all night and fought off Jared in the zero truck there. So tell us about your race, bro.
Yeah, good. I can't complain. Just had a situation there, and I got in the wall, and I don't know if that made me tight or what, but it just wasn't the same after that. But yeah, it was a good race. I had fun.
Yeah, awesome. Good to see you on Wednesday night there and running. Of course, you always run certain series like all the time, and some when you can show up. What are you doing this year? What trophy are you trying to get this season? Do you have any more room for trophies or?
Pretty much just run with the tracks look appealing, honestly. And I'm just curious. I was just well, I want to run trucks this season because iRacing changed the aero pretty good on these things. So I kind of want to see how that plays out. It's definitely a little bit different than it was previously with trucks, that's for sure. So be a little bit of adjustment, but yeah, definitely I like how they change up every so often. So this will be interesting.
Well, we're planning on broadcasting these, so every week you never know. We got lives, you guys got lives, so who shows up, who don't. But yeah, we're trying to hit these, so uh, so that's an extra bonus there. But I always know you got an eye on a reason of why you do everything you do, and that explains it. Getting that racing physics where it feels like it's realistic and you can win it. And when you were watching it and the fans were watching it, definitely as we were calling it, you could see like the guys trying to work side drafts. You could see guys just hitting that brick wall and going backwards. That stint there. That after the first caution was just some really good racing of you guys going back and forth, and then you and Jared mixing it up good, close, hard racing, good stuff.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, I appreciate you guys doing this broadcast stuff. It's good to see you both back out here doing it. I've been watching them. It's good to race them every so often too. So yeah, it was definitely fun to watch you guys do it again. It's awesome.
Thanks, Matt.
Right on.
Appreciate it. It's a pleasure seeing you out there, buddy, after all these years. And again, appreciate all the help you've done for us over the years and keeping this league running. It would not be here without you.
Oh yes, sir. I appreciate it.
Absolutely there. Winner, winner, chicken dinner, man. Jared, you're running the double zero in this league, but you got the zero there, and that's my favorite number. And man, so we found out, use like hand controls and stuff to race. Some of your sponsorship on the back of the truck there, just uh, very telling. And we know, how hard that is, from running the league and seeing guys run and seeing how good you ran and how you whipped these guys today. Tell us about your race, man.
Yeah, it was a good race there. We got setback in qualifying there. We were told to blame Sam. I think or Sam needs to fire the admin. I don't know what it was, but a little mix up in setups here for qualifying, so set us back a little bit. But made it up to the front there. Had a good run. The first part of that race was really fun with Matt and Bird and Jameson there. We were getting up after it there, that's for sure, and just stalling each other out, air blocking, side drafting, just it was really fun there. But yeah, just you had to be in the front. If you were in the front, you had control of the race, which is, I mean, kind of the normal, but even more so with this update. With the arrow and side draft and stuff. So was able to get by Matt there. Took a while, but was able to get by him, and from there just kind of did my best to air block everybody. And, Jameson was giving me a run there for a while and was kind of blocking his run, watching where he was going. And he'd fake high and then he'd duck low and get the run and stuff like that. So, yeah, it was a good run, fun race. Like I said, just the first half of that run or first half of that race was really fun with us four there mixing it up, and it's in Jameson's offense. No, it wasn't intentional, but definitely easy to kind of lose track of where you're at when you're zigging and zagging and watching runs and trying to figure out what you're gonna do. But all in all, at the end of the day, it worked out pretty good for us.
And that's how we have this clean racing, because nobody's perfect and we all get in wrecks and stuff. But the apologies and the knowledge of, hey, we're racing hard and everything. That's what makes FSB so special, I believe. And so yeah, great win, bro. Jim Ray, would you like to take us home?
Yeah. Jared, congratulations, sir. After a rough Talladega, great to see you come back and get a big win here. And yeah, I'd like to learn more about what you're racing with and stuff like that, your equipment and stuff. Maybe if we get a little more time and get to know what you got running there. I might be doing something similar. But congratulations on a big win. If you're if someone's watching this race and they're thinking about joining FSB, what do you think you'd tell them? What are some of the features that are so appealing about FSB?
Yeah, definitely. To touch real quickly on it, I'm just running your standard Xbox 360 controller, is what I run. So that's kind of what I'm working with. For me, it's a physical disability. There's just not enough leg muscle or arm muscle to do your traditional wheel and pedal. So I'm running on a Xbox controller, and yeah, it works. This league is fun. Again, I'd point them to the first half of this race where you had 4 or 5 guys, 6 guys that were racing up front, and we were getting up, we were getting after it, but I mean, it was clean. Yeah, there was a little incident there, but you're gonna have that every once in a while, and I think the respect with everybody is that we all know it's not intentional, and just to get up, get after it, and if you do make a mistake, just kind of own up to it, and the guys around here are pretty forgiving. This is my first season running this deal full time with these guys, and that's what I like about it is a lot of green flag runs for the most part, but more importantly, it's a good, clean, hard, good group of guys to be racing with. So if you're thinking about it, definitely join it. Fixed setups evens it out even more so, and especially in these trucks, again with the aero, these fixed setups, they just make it even more hard or harder to get away, and just it keeps the racing clean. So yeah, all in all, it's a great group of guys. Look forward to running with these guys as much as I can. Um, you guys as well for doing the broadcast on Wednesday nights here, and everybody tuning in. Hopefully they enjoyed it, and we'll see everybody Friday for the cup race.
Outstanding. Thank you very much. All I gotta do is cut. We got our next commercial, Sam. We're ready to rock. Thank you, Jared. I really appreciate everything on the track and off, and the support.
Yeah,
I'd like to
awesome,
hear
bro.
what newer guys think. It's us. We've been here 20 years. We all believe the same thing. We say the same thing. But I'd like to hear other voices and what they think of this place. It's fantastic. Sam and the admins are doing a great job, and it's all down to every driver, from the guy in first place to the guy who's just learning out, first time trying to figure it out. So really appreciate it. This is FSB Racing Live. Next week, we're going to be here again at 9:30 p.m. Eastern at Richmond Raceway. So join us again next week. Thanks to Sam, Milt. I'm your host, Jimmy Ray. We'll see you next week at FSB.